event is to keep you guys updated about the recent updates about the old Trump's era of US. Is it the right, uh, right way or the right path for the MS aspirants out there? And I'm pretty sure most of you have had these questions in the past 3, 4 months or the past year, for that matter of fact. Just to keep you posted, since 2016, we have been on top of this issue. We've always ensured we're giving you the right updates at the right time. And we've stood behind the fact that, at the end of the day, US requires students to go for a master's. But rather than me just, telling you about this news, it's very important to factually analyze each and every news article and give you a detailed update on it. So today, to get that started for you, I have with me, shortly joined by our guest, our student welfare officer, Donna David, who's been very, very keen ever since the news article came out or hit the it hit the newsstand yesterday. She's been very keen to talk to this to you about, large scale informing each and every US aspirant. So we thought, let's just have a quick live event in our YouTube page to ensure each one of you get answers to this as well. So, shall we go ahead and get the discussion started? Are you on the same page? Can we get started? So yes says okay, a lot of yes coming in the YouTube comments now. So Donna, can you please join us?
Hi guys, good evening everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Donna, we're able to hear you, and I think our audience are able to hear you as well, but not see you so far. Donna, first of all, I think a lot of things have been said and done. A lot of news articles have been hit in the market right now. And one thing I can tell you is there is a spiral of negativity or a spiral of positivity usually. And our students here have been very keen to get inputs about what is the right news at the end of the day. So to start with, I think what exactly is the idea of H1B program? What does the H1B visa mean to each and every MS aspirant? It's going to be I'm assuming that they are not very familiar with the basics as well. So let's get started from there. What exactly is this H1B visa program? Can you take us through that?
Okay, so the H1B visa program dates back way ahead, maybe in the late 1900s, when US government allowed employers in the US to bring skilled labor from outside. So they would migrate foreign workers to come up and take up specific skilled jobs which require a specialized knowledge. So if you go back and read the H1B visa policy, you would understand that the government has clearly mentioned what exactly is meant by skilled labor or specialized duty. So here on the slide, I guess you'd be able to see a quick definition of what exactly H1B visa is all about. So it was proposed that to allow employers in the US to bring back foreign workers with specialized knowledge who could come up and take up certain skilled jobs which were in the fields of chemistry, biotechnology, engineering, mathematics, physical sciences. Now, the reason for the launch of such a program is the fact that US has been a leading destination in terms of technological advancements. It's a knowledge-based economy wherein there is definitely innovation and a lot of research happening in terms of technology, and you'll see a lot of companies like Apple or a lot of industries booming in the United States in these fields. But the sad truth is, America does not produce enough skilled labor to satisfy the demand that they've created. Okay, so this has been a problem that America has been facing for a very, very long time. Which is why, if you look at the current scenario, majority of the skilled laborers that occupy the H1B visa program would be from Asia, primarily from India and China. Okay, so this has been the scenario for a very long time, and this is H1B visa program in a nutshell, guys. I hope you get a picture of why this program and what this program is all about.
I think that's something very important to start with, right? So
Yes.
understanding what the H1B program is, and the fact that at the end of the day, the given the fact that US is knowledge-based economy and they've generated demand for talent that is more than available right now, and that is why
Exactly.
H1B program is a very integral part of the system. So just to ensure all of us are on the same page, guys in the audience, are you able to follow us so far? Can we move forward to the next part, and we can also have the slide changed if possible? So one important thing I want to update here as well is there is a recent set of articles that have come in just yesterday, giving us a lot of important news that each one of you should be following. So, which is what
Yeah.
we're going to take you through from here on and forth. So, the next natural question I have for you, Donna, is can
Yes.
you tell us how does this impact or how does this effectively impact each of our MS aspirants? Yeah, this H1B program in their
Yes.
context, how does it impact, especially after last year when we heard this big phrase, buy American, hire American? Is this something that Indian students should be worried? And how is this connected to the H1B program at the end of the day?
Okay, wow, that's a lot of questions, but let's address it one by one, one step at a time. Now, just as I mentioned, the H1B visa program allows the US employers to bring foreign workers to take up specialized jobs. Now, let's look at the technicalities. Okay, so under the H1B program, it allows 65,000 applications and H1B visa in the regular category and 20,000 H1B visas in the master's degree category, or it's also known as the advanced degree exemption category. Okay, so this is like a specialized category of 20,000 H1B visas allotted to students with a master's degree. So this has been the categorization since the very beginning. Okay, now coming to the Buy American, Hire American policy. Now that came out last year in the month of April, but that caused a huge scare because people thought that America is going to be really inclusive and not allow anybody to come in because they want to glorify the nation and their people and so on and so forth. A lot of speculation around those lines. However, the good news is that if you dig deeper into what America has been doing ever since, it means that Buy American, Hire American actually is an idea that supports any kind of revision or any kind of new rules or any kind of revision of previous rules that has been set by the government in to protect the interest of America. Now, how is this relevant for our context? Like I mentioned earlier, there is definitely a demand for outside talent in terms of skilled labor in technological in the field of technology and in the field of scientific research and so on. So this demand is not being met by America. The skilled labor produced by America or the higher education graduates from America, from amongst American citizens. So to meet this demand, they want to regulate policies that bring students who have come from foreign nations for higher education. They want to ensure that these students who graduate from some of the best institutions in the world, they stay back in America and work in the industries in America, which later actually contributes towards US's economic growth. So this is what Buy American, Hire American is all about. It's not something that we need to be afraid of. It's in fact something that should bring out positive, notions of. It should bring us hope in terms of future prospective jobs in the US, because that is what America is trying to do ever since. And we have a lot of articles that has come up ever since. A lot of proposed rules, which we will be looking at shortly. In the course of this discussion, you will be seeing the fact that there has been steps taken to actually support students and students who have come from foreign nations to study in the US, to keep them here so that whatever knowledge they've gathered from these American institutions can be used here in America itself, in its top leading industries to support American economy. So that is the gist of this whole Buy American, Hire American ideology, and nothing more, nothing less.
Oh, I think that's a very important statement that you've made, because the way they have sold the program so far, it's about, buy American and hire American, is
Mm.
not reflected well maybe around the globe, but in USA it would have struck the right chord, which is what probably
Yes.
Donald Trump would be going for at that point of time, given the old political scenario. I think that
Yes.
makes a lot of sense, and it's also important that we take a look at it from the outside point of view. In the
Mm.
meantime, audience, I can see a lot of you just joining us. Feel free to post all the questions that you have in the comment box. We'll be very happy to take up as many questions and answer. Now, to coming to the actual picture we have in here, right? So, Donna, I'm looking for two important questions here. The first question being the recent updates that have come in the past, couple of weeks. I think the past 1 month, rather, I would say there's been a lot of public reaction to the various suggestions being made in legislation right now. What are
Mhm.
these new news articles? Why does it suddenly there is a buzz of positivity around with respect to US? And can you
Mhm.
help us understand a little bit about these recent updates?
Yes. Now, the most recent tweet that we saw yesterday that kind of excited all of us, is the one that you're seeing on the screen right now. It's the fact that Donald Trump has directly come out and said that H1B holders in the United States can be rest assured that changes are soon coming, which will bring both simplicity and certainty to your stay, including a potential path to citizenship. Now, we want to encourage talented and highly skilled people to pursue career options in the US. Now, this is exactly what we've been trying to communicate. The whole Buy American, Hire American has only been started to protect the interest of, the US. US economy, and if you are someone who's looking to pursue a master's abroad and would like to genuinely make a difference in your specific field of interest, you must definitely go for your masters. And if these industries are in the United States, then this tweet is a lot of assurance and a positive, news in terms of your steps ahead, in terms of your career options ahead, in terms of your citizenship in the United States. And it couldn't be more reassuring. In fact, the H1B has been, a fairly difficult procedure so far, because there's a lot of money being spent on this, a lot of filing and several application hurdles that you have to go through. But the recent proposed rule changes a lot of these things, and we'll look at that in detail as we move forward. But there is definitely, a positive news in store for those who are planning to go for a master's degree. There are a lot of changes that we can anticipate in the near future as well. So let's take a look at what Trump has been saying in the last few articles that we've found. So, in the recent Economic Times article, we see Donald Trump saying that foreign students from top US colleges should stay on to help American firms grow. This further, gives credibility to what we've been, sharing so far. He himself has come out and talked about immigration policies, which is ridiculous. He calls the current immigration policy ridiculous, and it has to be relaxed even further to guarantee a better stay and a better progressive path for students who are taking up a specialized degree from the United States. And coming to the recent update, I think that is something that everybody is eagerly waiting to understand. So, I'd like to give you some context to this before we explain what this actually means. Um, can you move to the next slide, Vishnu?
Yes.
Yes. So this is just a snippet of the recent proposed rule. Now, this was proposed on December 2nd, and it has been left to the public to comment on it for 30 days. So by 2nd of Jan, they should have been received. They should have received the comments from public. So we don't know as yet what is the consequence, but this is the rule that has been proposed. So let me take you through this in a nutshell. Okay, so earlier the procedure for H1B visas is they will conduct, like I mentioned earlier, there are two categories. There's 65,000 H1B visas allotted to the regular category, and 20,000 H1B visas for advanced degree exemption category, which is essentially the master's degree category. Okay, so what used to happen earlier is that they will conduct the random selection for the master's degree applications first, which means that, say there's 20,000 as a cap, they would have received, say, 60,000 or 90,000 applications for this particular cap. Okay, so out of these 90,000, they will randomly select 20,000 students with a master's degree for H1B visa. Okay, now out of the 90, we have 20 that has been selected. The remaining 70 will be pushed to the regular pile. Okay, and then there's again a random selection which is being done, and out of this 65,000 H1B visas will be allotted. So one thing to note here is that regular category is meant for any other H1B visa which the US employer is petitioning for. It could be, if you notice, companies like TCS, Cognizant, that's what they've been doing for a very long time. They have tie-ups with, I mean, they send Indian students, Indian applicants with just a BTech degree who have been working with them for some time, and they send them to the US for specific job roles, and they're not qualified enough because they don't have a master's degree, but they have been exploiting the H1B visa policy for a very long time. So in the light of that, there has been these revisions which are becoming more and more favorable for master's students, students who hold a master's degree from the US. Okay, so this is the current procedure. Now, the recent rule, the proposed rule as of 2nd of December, suggests that this order of lottery be reversed, which means they will conduct the regular cap lottery first, which also includes master's applications. Okay, so they will select the 65,000 applications for the regular lottery first, and all of the master's students that have been rejected in this pile will be pushed to the master's lottery pile, and further there is a random selection that happens, which concludes the 20,000 students who will be selected with a master's degree. Now, why this is good is the fact that it promises a 16% increase in the chances of students with a master's degree from the US to get an H1B visa. So this reversal just gives more chances to a student with a US master's degree to stay on and apply and get an H1B visa. So this is definitely one step taken further to assure talented, skilled foreign workers stay back and work in the US. So this is once again, giving giving evidence to the fact that this is what America has been wanting all along.
It's kind of very interesting to see this update. I remember discussing the same a couple of years ago in the same webinar platform where we were consistently discussing this lottery system of awarding H1B, right? It's been an enigma on why US still sticks to this lottery system. But if you look at the competition, if you look at the amount of students who are looking to migrate to US, it's only justified to make it important. But at the end of the day, I remember discussing this last time as well, how counterproductive it would be for US to continue doing this in the long run, keeping MS aspirants, a lesser chance of getting a H1B is never an ideal process. But the suggested process sounds about a very, very, very big change, because from what you say, I understand is that in the current process, each and every MS aspirants competes with another MS aspirants first. When they lose the competition, they're put in a general lottery where they may or may not get the priority order.
Yes,
but
because
in
in
the second
general,
process,
yeah. No,
the
carry
second
on.
process. In the second process, I see a very clear, a reason on why the general lottery should go first, and where you compete MS aspirants with the general students, where like the ones who've been probably abusing the program, I would say, for the lack of better word. I think that's a good advantage to have. And then, if at all you still don't get a H1B in that process, then you jump to the next one. So that's a pretty good, in fact, very insightful process for each and every aspirant out here. And I hope that that insight is kind of very clearly conveyed to each and every student here at GRE, at the YouTube live event as well. So now that being said, right? So yes, the recent updates have been very helpful, and assuming this bill will get passed, so this legislation get passed in the upcoming days. While this might be an advantage on a general basis, looking at other countries like Canada or Germany, where while there has been a very temporary momentum about students shifting for MS, it's not always been ideal when it comes to job opportunities, right? Because at the end of the day, each one of our students, the objective they go for masters is to get the job and help have a very strong career. So what is your understanding of the next decade of how are the job opportunities going to be based on your research, or what do you think our students should be looking at here?
All right. So what they say in terms of STEM graduates is the fact that for the next 10 years, from starting from 2016 up to 2026, there is a projected increase of 13% in terms of STEM related occupation. It could be computers, it could be mathematical operations, it could be advanced engineering, it could be advanced construction jobs. So all of these industries project an increase in terms of their employment projection. In fact, there's also what do you say? If you move to the next slide, I can show you the data statistics that we've taken from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. And you'll see that the projection for computer and mathematical occupations for the next 10 years is a 13% increase, and the median salary that has been projected is $84,560. And similarly, for architecture and engineering occupations, there's an increase of 7.5%, and the number adjacent is in thousands. So you can only imagine the continuous growth in terms of employment opportunities. And going back to the point that we've addressed earlier, if America does not produce its own talent, then who is going to fulfill these job openings? Who is going to take up these opportunities to increase the economic growth of the world? So that is definitely something that we should be thinking about. That is definitely an opportunity that I would see here as an MS, for a prospective MS graduate. Because if you are skeptical about where is my future and what is in store for me, then this is clearly something. If you can just connect the dots, it's definitely positive news for students considering an MS degree from the US.
Wow, I think that's something. So far, I've never seen this clear, this objective about this news. And looking at the Donald Trump's overall progress of this 4 years tenure, 3 years tenure, I would say it's been an uphill or a downhill battle. It's been very confusing about a lot of news. But one thing at the end of the day is very clear: as a president of US, United States of America, the economy where is bound by knowledge, where it's run by innovators, run by dreamers. I think this is something of a very positive news for each and every MS aspirant out there. I'm pretty sure that they'd be quite interested to know this. And given, of course, based on your data, the job opportunities also sound to be a good option at the end of the day. But if at all, based on your intuitive understanding and the fact that you've interacted with so many students across the globe, US, Canada, Australia, and Germany, what would be your final verdict? What kind of students should be looking at USA at this point of time, given the recent updates? And what kind of students should not be very confident from your understanding?
Okay, now here a very important thing to highlight is that throughout all of these communications, all of these articles, you will constantly hear the word meritorious. You will constantly hear the word skilled, specific skills, and you'll constantly hear the fact that this is highly competitive in nature. So definitely, it's definitely a boon for people who are genuinely interested in pursuing a career in STEM fields, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. As we have seen so far in terms of the knowledge based economy that we were talking about, and the fact that Trump is all the more welcome to invite talented people to stay back in the country and work for the interest of America. And if you look at the leading, companies that are, occupying the majority of H1B visa, it's tech giants like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Intel, and so on. So if you are someone who is interested in research and taking your career forward in this direction, then definitely US is the place for you. Okay, and on that note, if you're really serious about your higher education, it should not just stop with your application to the US. It should be a continuous process even when you are there in the US. I mean, here, when it comes to India, there would be a lot of spoon feeding in terms of career opportunities, but there you need to be a real fighter. You have to go out there and hunt down the best opportunities for you, be it through networking, through various job sites, and by connecting to alumni via professors. You need to be really active and take care of your academics, your GP, and so on and so forth. So keep your academics on track. And if you are still passionate and you continue to take your passion forward, then I guess there's nothing stopping you. That would be my advice, and I would definitely suggest that it is the best place to go for. Going back to the point that there are a lot of employment opportunities ahead of you, and you are possibly one person who could fulfill that requirement. So take that as an opportunity, and I think you can just directly take that plunge. That would be my suggestion.
Wow. I think that it cannot get any better, is what I would say. And clearly, having been a very, very, I wouldn't say integral part, but a big follower of this for the past 1 year, for the past 2 years, this has been the one of the most positive moves forward, which I believe is not just something that is advantage for the students out here listening to us, but also as a country, they're moving forward because they are recruiting more talent inside. They're trying to keep the most highly skilled people inside, which is a vital sign. I'm pretty sure that each and every MS aspirant would be happy to hear. And given also the fact that how the other countries, if you look at, while they have got a temporary momentum going, it's not been consistent. We're never sure how it's going to work out. It's good to see that USA has are moving, shifting back to where the ideal growth was them as well, very clearly. Now, thank you so much, Donna, for having given us this detailed update. While we want to have more updates, it'll be very interesting to see how the next couple of weeks are going to pan out, with not just respect to how the US economy or the US legislation, it's also going to impact each and every student who is looking for a master's in US at the end of the day. So can we expect more updates for the students moving forward, Donna?
Yes, most likely. You can be rest assured that we'll be on top of this. And every time there is a new update, we'd be more than happy to come and share that with you. And not just share it, but decipher it and talk to you about what it actually means for a prospective master's aspirant.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, Donna. Thank you so much for your update. We're really eagerly awaiting for the next couple of updates on your side. And in the meantime, guys, we see a lot of questions having come in from you. Don't worry, we're going to keep you updated with a lot of webinars coming up, lot of events coming up on this news. Each and every article, each and every news, we're going to critically review. We're going to critically understand from all perspective, and then give you exact update that you need to understand from each and every, deciphering from each and every article. We're going to do the job for you because we take it as a very important right for to be there for our students, helping them understand the reality of the picture right now. So that being said, today we are calling it a day here at GREH. We're going to very excited to see you soon. Until we see you in the upcoming event, this is Vishnu and Donna signing off. A very good evening and take care, guys.
Bye, guys.